You do not want to be the reason that a new revert steps away from Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And today I wanted to talk about brother John, or some of you may know him as Tortoise King. So he recently made a video talking about his struggles as a new Muslim revert, and he's decided to take a step back and join the US military, which took a lot of people by surprise, but I think he's been talking about it in his videos for quite a while now, so sorry about the noise, I'm literally in the park. I've spoken with John on and off camera, and honestly, from the conversations that I've had, he seems like a genuine brother, and so for that reason, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him, inshallah, ameen. I wanted to talk about a specific part of his video. So there was he gave a bunch of reasons why he's struggling with his faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the reasons being the Haram police. So who are the Haram police? Well, the Haram police, and I'm sure most of us have experienced them, are a group of individuals who take it upon themselves to take every opportunity that they see of haram behavior, or any inkling or any sign of haram behavior, regardless of severity or context, and call it out. And so, are the Haram police important? Should we have them? Yeah, of course. As Muslims, we need to call out any haram behavior. I think Al-Bukhari, ayat 79, I'm going to have to read it off my phone, but it states that they used not to prevent one another from wrongdoing that they did. How wretched was that which they were doing? So that's basically saying that how wretched is it, or how wretched was it, how bad was it, that people were committing haram and the people around them would not call them out for it. So that in itself is very, very important. That being said, you know, if you see somebody committing a haram behavior or crime or action, whatever it is, you should call it out, of course. You should advise them privately. If, you know, the haram behavior is very public, you know, it's on social media, I think it depends, from what I've heard, it depends on the context and the severity, but you should always try and address them privately first and advise them that way, because you never know, it could be something that they personally are already working on. And I want to address the Haram police, not for me specifically. I mean, me personally, I don't care. If you criticize me, if it's constructive enough, I'll take it on board. If it's not, then to be honest, haters don't really get replies from me. So you don't need to get, you know, a little violin out. You don't need to feel sorry for me, because that's not what this is about. I'm a grown man. I'm 25 years old. I've been through enough of life to take on constructive criticism. I'm talking about the Haram police, who are usually born Muslims, who feel some kind of sense of enjoyment, sense of thrill from almost bullying or picking on young new reverts, and that is definitely what's happening in this case. It's honestly just kind of weird. It's almost like they get a power trip out of it, and as I said, it's important to call out haram behavior, but in this case, John stated that he was at the beach, he was away with some friends who were non-Muslim, and he was at the beach and he's wearing swim shorts, and he exposed his knees in a video or a photo or something like that. And he was bombarded with messages saying, you know, that's haram, you shouldn't do that, this and that. Of course, that is part of his aura. He should not be showing it. But is it really that severe that it needs to be bombarded all over his comment section? An 18-year-old new revert. Is that really the image of Islam that we want to be giving? In fact, he literally has his email on his channel readily available if you want to get in contact. And that's how we got into contact, through emails. So he definitely checks his emails. So if you really wanted to advise him, you know, it's all about the intention. Are you intending to actually give him constructive criticism and to help him? Because if that were the case, you would just email him, though. It's readily available on his channel. But instead you want to put it on in his comment section so you can get likes. Because that's what it seems like, honestly. It seems like it's a bit of a weird power trip. It's like, oh, I know how to be a perfect Muslim. Let me tell you, you know, newbie, beginner. Look, brothers and sisters, I just think we need to have some more sabr, you know, some more patience, some more akhlaq, you know. I think that's definitely what we need when we're talking about new reverts. And I am in that group. Now, I'm a bit more probably thick-skinned. You know, I've grown up in London, you know, you get a lot of stick for whatever. So it doesn't necessarily apply to me. You can throw whatever you want my way. But when we're talking about 18-year-old new reverts, do you really think you need to bombard them with these kind of messages publicly? You could email him. Like, I think that is the main sort of message, is that advise somebody privately first. You know, if they continue to do it, then sure, I'll give you a perfect example. So imagine you're trying your hardest to learn chess and you're a complete beginner, you don't know anything about chess, and your teacher suddenly starts telling you every single little bit of information, how to play it, all the different strategies, all of the different attacks and offenses and defenses, and how to be a grandmaster. Would that be useful for you? Wouldn't that be completely overwhelming? And it would kind of ruin your experience and maybe put you off from playing chess. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to compare chess to Islam. Those are two very, very different things, but it's just an analogy. And wouldn't you rather your teacher or the people around you teach you the fundamentals at a base level once you've just started, and then slowly ease you into different ways of doing stuff, different rules that you may not have known? Wouldn't you rather that? I think the important message here is you do not want to be the reason that a new revert steps away from Islam. You do not want that. And you definitely, if somebody is thinking of reverting to Islam, you do not want to be the reason why they think, oh no, people are very, very, very intolerant, you know, you can't do anything. If you slip up, you're going to hell, this and that. Because that is, a lot of the time, that's the impression that a lot of these Haram police give off. Now, as I said, this is specifically for Haram police against new reverts. You have to contextualize it. You have to think about the situation of when the Haram is being committed, the severity of it. If it's something like exposing the knees, an 18-year-old new revert, is that worth bombarding his comment section? But yeah, I just wanted to make this sort of short video. It's a nice day, you know. I wanted to address what I saw, because I watched this video and it kind of broke my heart a little bit. You know, he's a good kid. And so, yeah, if you have any disagreements, leave them down below. You know, I'm on smoke, so, no, I'm joking. But I encourage you to call me out if what I've said is wrong. I encourage you to hold me accountable. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody can handle that. And, you know, it's not me putting him down at all. But he's 18 years old. He's a new revert. He's still learning so much. And so we should make it easier for him, you know. And, you know, pray for him. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for him. Or easier at least. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it gave you some kind of perspective from a revert's point of view. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.